Welcome back to Touchdown Hub HQ, your home for bold takes, behind-the-scenes rumors, and deep dives into everything NFL. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because today's story is one of those jaw-dropping developments that could send shockwaves across the league. Imagine replacing Deebo Samuel with Tyreek Hill. Yeah, you heard that right. The San Francisco 49ers might not be done making headlines this offseason. After trading away their physical do-it-all wide receiver Deebo Samuel, the Niners now find themselves in the center of another massive rumor. One that involves none other than Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill, a player whose name alone stirs fear into every secondary in the league. Deebo was no slouch. From 2020 to 2024, he became the identity of this Niners offense. Part wideout, part running back, all-around playmaker. He racked up over 1,000 scrimmage yards in 2 of the last 4 seasons and never dipped below 800 in any of them. But as we've seen so often in today's NFL, talent isn't always enough to keep you on the roster. Contract disputes, long-term cap planning, and locker room dynamics all played a part in the Deebo Samuel trade. He's now a Washington Commander. And for the Niners, that opens up a massive hole on offense, both schematically and emotionally. The current wide receiver room isn't empty. Brandon Ayuk is still a force. Juwan Jennings has proven reliable, and rookie Ricky Pearsall brings a lot of promise. But none of them replicate what Deebo brought, that explosive edge, the ability to bulldoze defenders after the catch, and the versatility to line up anywhere on the field. So where does Tyreek Hill come into the picture? According to fan-cited Simon Short, the 49ers are being floated as a potential landing spot for the 8-time Pro Bowler. And while on the surface it seems unlikely, given his massive $90 million contract and the fact he'll turn 31 this season, there are a few reasons why this rumor might have real legs. First, let's talk football fit. Tyreek Hill isn't Deebo Samuel, but he's one of the few receivers in the NFL who can command the same level of defensive attention. With world-class speed, sudden acceleration, and elite route running, Hill can tilt the field like no other. Pair him with Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind who thrives when he has chess pieces like Hill, and you get fireworks. There's also the McDaniel-Shanahan connection to consider. Mike McDaniel, now the head coach in Miami, spent years under Shanahan in both Atlanta and San Francisco. The familiarity could open the door for a smoother negotiation process between the two franchises. And if there's mutual trust, a deal could be structured in a way that benefits both sides. Then there's the draft capital. San Francisco has a treasure chest of mid-round picks, including picks 113 and 160. That might not sound like much on paper, but for a team like Miami that needs depth and future flexibility, it could be enough to get the conversation started. Reports suggest that the Niners might even be willing to go higher, possibly pick 100 plus a 7th rounder, if it meant securing a true game changer like Hill. But here's the twist. Why would the 49ers, a team that just moved on from Deebo Samuel's contract, want to take on Tyreek Hill's? We're talking about a player owed roughly $28 million for the upcoming season, with massive cap hits looming over the next few years. At first glance, it doesn't add up. The 49ers have made it clear they're trying to shed salary. So, taking on a 31-year-old receiver with a premium contract seems to run against their entire offseason strategy. Unless, and this is a big unless, the move is part of a calculated win-now push. Let's be honest, the 49ers Super Bowl window is wide open. Brock Purdy has shown he can run the offense. Christian McCaffrey is still in his prime. The defense, while banged up last year, remains elite when healthy. What they need is another weapon to push them over the top, especially if injuries strike again. And Tyreek Hill, for all the baggage he brings, is still one of the most explosive players in the game. Even in a down year by his standards, Hill put up 81 catches for 959 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2024. That's more production than most receivers dream of. But it was also his lowest total in recent memory, largely due to instability at quarterback. Tua Tagovailoa only started 11 games and barely cleared 3,000 passing yards. With consistent QB play in San Francisco, Hill's numbers could easily bounce back. Remember, just 1 year prior, in 2023, Hill led the NFL with 1,799 receiving yards and 13 touchdowns. Those are video game numbers, and they came against top-tier competition week after week. So, let's break it down. From a talent perspective, this move makes perfect sense. From a football fit, it's tailor-made for Shanahan's creative offense. From a cap and age standpoint, however, it's a little murky. But what if this is a one-year gamble? Simon Short points out that bringing Hill in on a one-year rental without the long-term drama that accompanied Debo and Ayuk might actually be the smarter play. It lets the Niners go all in for 2025 without locking themselves into another multi-year wide receiver contract. If Hill produces and stays healthy, maybe they extend him on a restructured deal. If not, they let him walk and reset in 2026. Either way, the message would be clear. San Francisco's not messing around. They want the Lombardi, and they're willing to take big swings to get it. So, will Tyreek Hill suit up in red and gold next season? That remains to be seen. But this rumor, as wild as it may seem, is one worth watching. Because if it happens, the balance of power in the NFC just might shift. Before you go, let us know what you think. Should the 49ers take a big swing on Tyreek Hill? Or should they stay the course with their current receiver group and build through the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you love deep dive NFL content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Touchdown Hub HQ. We're bringing you stories the mainstream isn't covering, with the detail and passion every real football fan deserves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.